4 days ago, Germany's World Cup ended on a rain-slicked penalty spot. This was a historic, first-ever shootout defeat to Paraguay. The response from the DFB was swift and clinical. Within 72 hours of the exit, Julian Nagelsmann was out. This chart tracks a decade of decline. Look at the distance between the 2014 title and today. 2 straight group stage exits, followed by a historic collapse in the knockouts. You can see the result of that decline in the players themselves. The tension in this squad reflects a national identity that has become paralyzed by its own history of failure. This repeated failure exposes an institutional rot that no single manager can fix. Germany's entire footballing infrastructure has failed to evolve, demanding a complete structural overhaul of how the nation produces and coaches talent. As the team flew home in disgrace, Jürgen Klopp was sitting in a television studio. He was there as a pundit, watching the crisis from the outside. Then came the shock. On live television, Klopp confirmed he was in talks for the job. He told the audience he was recharged and ready to return to the dugout. It's a massive pivot for a man who spent 9 years building a dynasty in England. He walked away from Liverpool to find rest, but the chance to save his national team proved too significant to ignore. By choosing this broken project over a return to a stable super club, Klopp has transformed a national disaster into the sport's most watched reconstruction. To take the job, Klopp demanded more than just a seat on the bench. He is taking charge of the DFB's entire institutional hierarchy. His plan targets the roots of the system, rewriting youth development pipelines and enforcing a single aggressive playing philosophy across every age group. First, he must settle his current contract. For the past 2 years, he's been overseeing global football operations from the corporate offices of Red Bull. He is already recruiting his inner circle. Reports suggest a reunion with Pep Lijnders, his longtime tactical architect, to ensure his philosophy is implemented correctly from day one. Klopp is effectively treating the national team like a club franchise. By installing his own staff and rewriting the youth playbook, he can bypass years of bureaucratic stagnation and implement his vision directly. The first test of this new vision centers on Wirtz. He is the most gifted creative talent of his generation, but he is currently lost in the national team's shadow. This chart reveals the problem. At the club level, Wirtz is elite, but in the national team's rigid, slow-tempo system, his creativity is stifled. Klopp intends to fix this by implementing the high-intensity, transition-heavy style that Wirtz's skill set is designed for. By providing clear tactical triggers and a faster pace, Klopp can finally align Wirtz's international performance with his technical ceiling. Unlocking Wirtz is the essential proof of concept. If Klopp can turn one struggling star into a dominant force, the public will have its first tangible evidence that the rebuild is working. Reversing 10 years of systemic decay is a long-term mission. No manager can erase 3 straight tournament failures in a single season. However, the atmosphere has changed. The Federation is no longer reacting to disjointed crises. It is finally following a credible, long-term architectural plan. By securing the most respected figure in the game, Germany has moved beyond stopgap solutions. They have finally committed to a defined identity, giving the nation its first real reason for optimism in a decade.